To Chief Meteorologist Bobby Deskington. As you heard from Bobby Lewis a little earlier, how quickly conditions can change. He's on St. Pete Beach, for example.
Yeah, exactly. And when you can see these bands that are coming up, when that heavier rain gets there, embedded in that is some of the heavier winds. And that's exactly what they've been seeing, kind of sitting there waiting, and all of a sudden rain and the wind picks up. There's a look at it. I mean, come on, look at this. That looks pretty decent on the north end, and then all of a sudden, just in the last couple of hours, it really kind of wipes out. The numbers as of 11 o'clock, here you go. You can see basically we're looking weather 2. Okay, all right, thank you. So basically we've got a Cat 1 storm. That is a Cat 1 hurricane that we're looking at. And that's just incredible. So it's fallen apart. They are forecasting this to come back down to tropical storm strength as we get going. So you can see 70-mile-per-hour winds by tomorrow morning. It's weakening. It should come down steadily overnight tonight and tomorrow. In fact, by that time, it's making landfall 7, 8 o'clock in the morning or so, right up here towards Cedar Key, and then it's over land. Most of it will hug the coast, but stay just over land, which is good news for our friends to the north until it gets off of, say, Norfolk, Richmond area. It's going to start pushing offshore and kind of be a little bit of a nor'easter for the folks along the northeast. Now, there's the satellite and radar, and look at all this heavy rainfall. See those bands? That's going to be our threat, because not only is that a very heavy rainfall threat, of course, flash flooding is possible in that. Look at all the lightning. There will be a tornado threat in these. And that also has a lot of wind in it, too. You can get some really good gusts when that particular line will come through the area. So right now, this is Sarasota going up into Manatee County. Shinytown is right here seeing that, but it is moving a little bit east of north, if you will. So it's not going to be training exactly over the same areas. But look at this, 4 inches of rainfall, and about 2 to 3 of that has been from this particular band. And that's going to keep adding up. There's that tornado watch, as I showed you earlier, all the way, basically the entire peninsula until 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. Winds sustained now all in the 20s, 23 at Clearwater, St. Pete 28, 22 at Davis Islands. Gusts in the 30s, 54-mile-per-hour wind gusts is a peak that we've seen for Sarasota. 41 in St. Pete. It's been breezy for sure in St. Pete. Now, recon's been out there, as I mentioned, coming out of Keesler Air Force Base with the C-130. 1,001 millibars and 68-mile-per-hour winds. That's a tropical storm right there. So that's why I do think they'll be knocking this down pretty quickly. Let's go through the timing for tonight. You can see we've got the very heavy rainfall pushing through. There's the clock, midnight, east winds at 36 miles per hour. This is basically for Tampa. Let's go out to 2 a.m. Southeast winds at 38 miles per hour. Sustained winds. That means gusts in the 40s. But look where we're starting to dry things out a little bit. And then as we get towards about 4 in the morning, between 1 and 4, the wind is blowing up into the bay. I just corresponded with the National Weather Service. They're thinking 3 to 5 foot storm surge is still a good bet, and that would be from about 1 a.m. through about 4 to 5 o'clock in the morning. There is the storm surge warning. Most areas about 3 to 5, especially as you get up here in Hernando and Citrus County. That'll be closer to about 5, 6 o'clock in the morning as the storm center gets a little bit closer to you. Problem with us, high tides at 3:30 in the morning, right in the middle of all that. It's only 1.5 feet, but then low tide doesn't drop much, so we're going to have to keep a very close eye on all of those waters. There's a live look outside right now, downtown Tampa. Let's take another live look outside with meteorologist Rick Kirby.
Yeah, Bobby, so you talked about those winds really starting to gust, and you can see the cameras here. There's the Sunshine Skyway. We showed you that earlier in the newscast, and there's the Howard Franklin right there. You can see the water action in Tampa Bay, and not a lot of traffic out there, but the bridges are still moving. Don't see much traffic on the Sunshine. There goes a car up there right now. Okay, so it's not closed right now, and the winds are really picking up. So let's talk about the timing. Everything Bobby said we're going to see the rest of the way. The gusty winds, they're really starting to hit that peak time, and they'll continue until the early morning hours. So we got to watch this tonight. Heavy rain, some of us are seeing that right now. Some training, the same area seeing this over and over, and that's going to cause maybe some flooding issues here and there. But watch that in the overnight hours as well. That tornado threat, it's there really all night tonight. So that tornado watch in effect for most of the area until 8 a.m. tomorrow. And this storm surge still there. That's going to be when the wind shift out of the southwest, as Bobby said. So that's later tonight. Gust up to 65 miles per hour. The better chance of that, coastal areas, closer to the storm just offshore. 3 to 5 inches of rain. There will be areas that see heavier rainfall and a 3 to 5 foot storm surge, but Bobby said exactly where that's most likely. There's a 7-day forecast, guys. Tomorrow, this storm starts to push out of here. We'll still see breezy conditions, but look after that. It's just a daily sea breeze, thunderstorm chance. Temperatures in the low 90s will really start to calm things down as we head into the afternoon tomorrow.